been a long day, but I feel I must travel, 'cause I've seen some hard times, and they're haunting my soul. Life is a shadow, and at home I'm a stranger. It's been a long day now, but I feel I must go. Got to go.
Welcome back to CC Rock, and I am now here with two band members from the Neal Morse Band, not Neal Morse Band. I've got Neal Morse and Bill Hubauer. I got it right, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Hubie. As we call it.
Here we are on a special night. This is the beginning almost of your new tour, obviously. And I'm going to say this word probably wrong a million times. And I said sibilance. That's Tom Hanks from the Saturday Night Live theme. Sibilance. He's doing sound check. But it's similitude. Similitude. I get it wrong. The similitude of a dream. Tell me about this album.
Well, it's a concept album based on the book Pilgrim's Progress from the 1600s. It's about a spiritual journey, and it goes through a lot of twists and turns, and it's very song-oriented. It turned out, I think, much better than any of us might have imagined, and it's really fun to be out here playing it live. It's amazing.
I know that Mike said a few comments about it. Mike Portnoy, obviously your drummer, who's now featured in this band.
Yes.
He talked about it, comparisons to The Wall. I mean, that's pretty big up there in the days of Roger Waters and David Gilmour. I mean, you put a lot of time in this album, obviously, and it sounds great. It's a double album, which is the whole concept thing. Playing it all live, is that a challenge? Come on, Bill.
Well, for me, it was because this was when I joined playing with Neal. Initially, we were just playing all his solo stuff, and I'm learning to play all of Neal's extra keyboard parts and things, and so that was a lot of work. But because I was involved from the beginning of this, even though it's a lot more music, it's actually a little bit easier for me because I participated in the creative process.
Right, yeah. When you write something, we all write from kind of our tool bag.
Yeah.
So if it's something in your hands, that's why it was hard for me to learn some of your stuff, because I was like, that isn't what my hands would naturally do.
Right. Yeah.
But it's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know prog rock is so strong now. I mean, I just saw ARW with Anderson and Rabin and Rick Wakeman, and then of course we saw Steve Wilson a week before that. So this is really cool seeing the San Francisco Bay Area have some real prog action going on here. And of course your action has always been strong. You've worked with Transatlantic. I mean, Spock Spirit is, in my mind, one of the biggest bands that never really got to that level I thought it would. But I mean, it's amazing. Those first 5 albums are so strong. And I think about that. I'm going to see Udo, who probably Udo is, Udo Dirkschneider from Accept. He's doing a show in 3 nights called Back to Roots, where he's playing all old Accept music. Is that something you've ever thought about in the future, doing the old Back to Roots? Because I mean, you've got so many, The Light, End of the Day, these songs that are just like, wow. To me, they're like Stairway to Heaven for me, in a sense, for the younger generation, I guess.
Right.
Is that going to be a possibility someday? I mean, I know it's not to say it has to be with the band members, but just doing it.
Well, I feel like I've done quite a bit of, we try to mix in a certain amount. Like
on the cruises and stuff, you mean?
And on our last tour, we did Harm's Way. When I did the Testimony tour, we did The Light as a encore. I played The Light quite a lot, actually, feels like. We've done it. We did it at the End of the Day with Nick, Morse Fest 2015.
You got to find these places, I guess, right?
Right, yeah. But I think we are mixing it. I love to mix in the old pieces. If it's something that I still feel and I can sing from my heart, that's the only thing that's like kind of a thing for me, is like, do I still feel that? Can I sing it from my heart? Because anything I'm singing, I really need to be feeling it.
is very spiritual. I mean, you could really, I mean, it's what's a song about the sloth? You have it right there. You have the sloth on your badge, which I saw in Costa Rica actually in a tree one day. It was really cool. And tell me about the concept of the sloth in the song. What is the concept of the sloth?
Well, it came from the book. As we were exploring, where to go, I was just looking in the book like, oh, what happens to the guy next? Like, oh, he meets sloth. Well, what would that sound like? That's what it was for me. I think that's what it was for you too, right? It's like.
Why do you work so hard? It's necessary to be sedentary. Be in the place you are. Life's not a picture when you're spiritual like me. It is no sin. Nothing makes me grin more than sleeping in. I yawn and drool, but I know it's cool.
With the book being kind of a template, of course, there's a bunch of stuff that happens that we didn't write anything about. I would sort of read till I read something and I thought, oh, that I can hear something. What would that sound like, And then, so I wrote that slow thing for sloth, and I don't know. I don't think I had the whole thing worked out when I presented it to y'all. It was just like sort of a bare bones. I didn't have all the words or anything, because I remember I wrote all the words later, but I had the sketch, and I remember, because there was a lot of talk in the band about whether we wanted to go that far into it or whether we were going to cap it over one disc, and I just kind of sketched a lot of stuff out, and I wasn't sure whether it was going to fly or not. There was a bunch of stuff that I did that didn't fly, but Bill was like, in his kind of low-key way, was like, well, actually, I don't like sloth. I love it.
Yeah, it was. Sorry, back.
Was your back, Kelly?
Yeah.
Was that your back?
That sounds like a water bottle, but I'll go with the back.
I keep getting
Was that your back?
back spasm. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyway, I was going to say was when he had all these little bits that he sent out, and you listen through, and you can kind of hear, I hear that. Oh yeah, that could be cool. But sloth was like, that has to happen. We have to do that one.
So he was the sloth, the champion of sloth.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for sloths. I mean, it's kind of a different lifestyle. I mean, I felt like a sloth when I watched football every weekend.
Well, we all need rest, but yeah, it's in the book, what's happening is he meets all these different characters. Some of them are helping him along his way, and some of them, in subtle or not so subtle ways, are trying to deter him from his way. And so Sloth is saying, "Hey, man, take a nap. You don't have to keep going," And so I thought that was interesting.
A man falls asleep in a faraway place and dreams of a land outside time and space that he once read about, or maybe he never heard. He saw in his dream through a child's eyes a slave or a king. He could not decide, and the man called him forth without ever speaking a word. Love is awaiting you, he cried. Beg, plead, or borrow, but leave here tomorrow. It's life that awaits you. No one will make you. It's yours to decide.
You have an agenda, and that's one of your other bigger numbers recently. Agenda. It kind of reminds me of a little Peter Gabriel in the video. It's kind of has that vibe to it, sledgehammer taste to it. How did that song come up?
God, I don't know.
Start writing one day.
Morning, I wrote a bunch of songs that morning. I was writing songs for November at that time. I didn't know that's what I was doing, but that's what I was doing. And I think I was influenced by some of the stuff that they were playing on the radio, like that my kids were listening to, like Radioactive or some. There's some really slow song with a bunch of distorted synths. Is it Radioactive? Or where they say this one word a lot. Oh, what is it?
Sibilance. No.
Think of it right now. I don't think it's Radioactive. It's another one.
That was the.
Anyway, it was sort of influenced by that. I don't know.
Great video, great song, very strong, a little different angle from you. I think, I love the spiritual side of your music, but I also love the fun stuff you just do. I mean, it all comes out.
I'll scream it in the telephone.
You guys are going to have a great time on tour tonight, and sure have a great time in San Francisco. It's a short time here. I'm sure you'll come back again and see us. And like I said, maybe we'll see who knows? Are we going to see a transatlantic world again someday?
Well, we hope so. We're hopeful.
I did run into a very interesting fellow who played guitar for you, Ron Stolt, who was playing for somebody who's on your label, one of your Radiant Records. I was kind of interested. Steve Hackett. Oh, yeah. He's the only person who's on Radiant Records. And is Radiant Records, is that you?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Actually, Steve Hackett is not on Radiant Records, but we sell some of his stuff on our website. Yeah.
Well, Ronnie did a beautiful job with him that night at the Warfield, so kudos to him and kudos to all your work, and have a great time on stage tonight.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
People in your land, rest while I give me my wife. She'll help me make sense of this.